What did she mean?
I'm saying I would have bust open that door and come out. Who you about to take? Not my boy. What's up? What's up? Adidas guys. Give me some power. Ugh. Ugh. What's up? Dope. Let's go. Oh. Sup, dope, let's go. Wait a minute. Sorry. Oh, God. Okay. Nope. What the fuck am I doing? Okay. Jesus.
Moving in with a new roommate was supposed to be a fresh start. After a messy breakup and the end of my lease, finding Megan's ad for a room felt like a stroke of luck. The apartment...
Go back. Cluck that. If I open up that door and I see that, I see her closing right back and we just living out on the streets. Cluck, go back for a second. Room for rent, only $40 a month. And then it says Megan. Y'all remember the movie Megan with the doll? You got it.
The apartment was charming. A vintage 2-bedroom and hardwood floors and a small balcony overlooking the city. Megan was quiet and a little weird looking. She had big dark circles and red eyes. On the first night, as I unpacked boxes in my new room, I heard faint scraping noises coming from the walls. It was a rhythmic sound, like nails dragging across plaster. I pressed my ear against the cold surface.
Is someone there?
Silence. At breakfast the next morning, I mentioned it casually.
Hey, do you ever hear weird noises at night? Like scratching?
I was like, hey! Do you be scratching the hell out of these walls at night? Click you lying.
Looked up from her tea, her expression unreadable.
It's an old building. It makes sense.
I was not expecting her voice to sound like that.
She sipped slowly, her gaze lingering on me just a moment too long. Days passed and the unsettling noises continued.
So you just not gonna comment on her bloodshot eyes? 7 o'clock in the morning, bloodshot eyes.
One evening, I noticed tiny holes in the walls of my bedroom, almost imperceptible. They were strategically placed, one facing my bed, another the bathroom. Peering through one, I saw only darkness.
Okay, I'm about to say, so cover it up then.
Grabbed some tape and paper, covering them up. But the next morning, the coverings were gone. The holes seemed wider. A sense of violation washed over me.
Get a picture. You want to play games? Let's play games. I'm just going to cover. I'm going to get something bigger and bigger and bigger. Every time this hole get bigger, I'm going to get something to cover it up. Since you want to do that. Explain that.
I confronted Megan.
Did you remove the paper I put on my wall?
She glanced at me, eyes reflecting the dim kitchen light.
Why would I go into your room? Maybe you imagined putting them up?
That night, sleep eluded me. Every creak of the apartment amplified my paranoia. Around 2 a.m., I heard the scraping again, louder this time, almost agitated. It seemed to move along the wall, stopping right behind my headboard. I whispered into the darkness.
Who are you? What do you want?
A faint giggle echoed in response. The following day, I found my closet door ajar. Clothes I hadn't worn were missing. Hours later, they reappeared, folded neatly on my bed. A scent clung to them, a mix of damp earth and something sweet, almost rotten. I decided to stay out late, avoiding the apartment. At a coffee shop, I opened my laptop to distract myself, but the webcam light flickered on in the middle.
Wow, oh my God. I was going to say, she's already doing things to you. while you're there. Can you imagine what she's gonna do when you're not there?
I frowned, clicking to disable it. Moments later, an anonymous message popped up on my screen.
Why don't you want me to see you?
My heart raced.
Who is
Who
this?
the hell is that guy behind her? Is that a guy?
No response. I slammed the laptop shut and headed home. In my room, I locked the door and pushed a chair against it. Exhausted, I collapsed onto the bed, clutching a kitchen knife under my pillow. Sometime during the night,
Jeez.
I felt a presence. My eyes fluttered open to see Megan standing at the foot of my bed, her silhouette illuminated by the faint glow of the streetlights outside.
Megan? What are you doing?
She tilted her head.
You were screaming. I wanted to make sure you're okay.
I hadn't screamed.
Please, get out.
She lingered for a moment before slipping out of the room. The next morning, I decided I couldn't stay there any longer. I began...
So you're not gonna question how she got in the room? You're not gonna question how she got in the room? Okay.
packing, determined to leave by nightfall. As I gathered my things, a small flash drive fell out of one of my boxes. I didn't recognize it. Curiosity overrode caution. Plugging it into the laptop, I opened the only folder on it labeled "For Claire." Dozens of video files appeared, each marked with a date. Clicking on the most recent one, my screen filled with a grainy night vision recording of my bedroom. I watched in horror as footage played of me sleeping, tossing and turning. The timestamp was from the night before. My breath caught as the camera panned, revealing Megan standing in the corner watching me. Her eyes gleamed unnaturally in the infrared light. I clicked on another file. It showed me in the bathroom, undressing for a shower. Tears blurred my vision as I realized the extent of the invasion. A final file.
So what you gonna do? The first file, I would have been on edge. You about to go do all these other files. I don't need to go. I do not need to see any other videos. The first video would have been more than enough to beat some ass. That's all I'm saying. Come get this Adidas work. Ba 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 ba. Club.
At the bottom of the list, titled "Tonight." With a shaking hand, I opened it. It was a live feed of my room. From the angle, it was clear the camera was inside the wall. Suddenly, the video shook and a message flashed across the screen.
I'm coming.
A
Pause.
loud thud resonated from the hallway. Panic surged through me. I grabbed my phone to call the police, but there was no signal. The lights flickered and then went out, plunging the...
Why are we still in this house? Why are you still in this house now? We all have been left. Why are you still in this house? That's the real question. If you want to end yourself, just say that. If you're a cluck ass, just say that. You know? If you're not, and then it's not making sense to me.
Apartment into darkness. Footsteps approached. The doorknob rattled.
Claire, let me in.
Her voice was distorted. I backed away, clutching the knife. The door creaked open. It shouldn't have. I'd locked it. She stood there, but something was wrong. Her limbs were too long, joints bending at unnatural angles. Her face was dark, eyes sunken deep.
You shouldn't have tried to leave.
I screamed, darting past her and into the hallway. From behind, I heard the scraping, the same I'd heard in the walls, now amplified. Chased.
This says 3 true. Creepy. Hey, I'm not saying go back. I'm not saying that this story isn't true, but I'm not saying that it's not true. All I'm saying is it seems a little exaggerated. Now, look, this could have happened exactly as he animated it. But to witness something like that, I don't know. You know the only animated horror channel I probably watch that I believe, like 100%, is Horror Shorts Party. I think that's what it's. I haven't reacted to them in a while, and I made a Patreon because they don't want me to react to their videos on YouTube. But yo, I wonder what I would. You could have just said like 3 exaggerated true horror stories.
I screamed, darting past her and into the hallway. From behind, I heard the scraping, the same I'd heard in the walls, now amplified, chasing me. Bursting into the living room, I found the front door, but it wouldn't budge. Megan's laughter echoed.
All that shit, I'm about to say, all that shit in the house. Break a window.
I smashed a window with a nearby chair and crawled out, cutting myself on the shards. I ran into the night, not stopping until I reached a brightly lit gas station. The attendant stared as I stumbled in, disheveled and bleeding. Miss, are you okay? I tried to
Bitch. I'm hauling ass. Running for my life. I'm out of breath. I'm sweating. And I got blood everywhere. You see her face? She's looking like, did you really just ask if I'm okay? You see the state I'm in, right? You see what I look like, right? And you're gonna ask me some dumb shit. You know what? Never mind. I'm gonna just go somewhere else. Why would you ask me that? That's like you ask. That's like you going to a public restroom and you go into one of the stalls. I mean, you go one into like one of the little like bathroom stalls with the door, the toilet, and you forgot to lock that mother clucker, and so somebody opens up the door and be like, "Oh, are you using this?"
words tumbling incoherently. They called the police, who arrived swiftly. I told them everything about Megan, the cameras, the flash drive. An officer frowned. Ma'am, that building's been abandoned for years.
So what we talking about? What we talking about? Huh?
My blood turned to ice.
No. I moved in last week. Megan is my roommate.
They exchanged glances. We'll take a look. But the last tenant in that apartment was a woman named Margaret, who died decades ago. They escorted me back. The building stood ahead.
So you went into that building knowing what it looks like on the outside. That's your fault. That's your fault. You're a dumbass. And you're a cluck ass. And you in cahoots. And you sus. And you sus hoots.
Windows boarded up, graffiti covering the walls. Inside, dust coated every surface. My belongings were nowhere to be seen. In the apartment where I'd lived, only decay remained. But in the center of the living room sat a single item, a vintage camcorder on a tripod, pointing towards the door. Attached was a note in familiar handwriting.
Thank you for the performance.
I stared in disbelief. The officers guided me outside as I trembled uncontrollably.
That was crazy. That's a crazy ass story.
It's strange how close someone can come to your heart without you ever realizing they're slowly squeezing it, draining life away with every beat.
Damn, that was a bar. That was, oh God, it's crazy. What did he say? It's crazy how somebody can come close to your heart and go back. I like that. I like that. Pause. What did he say? What did he say?
It's strange how close someone can come to your heart without you ever realizing they're slowly squeezing it.
Man. Oh, I know some of y'all can relate to that.
Draining life away with every beat. Claudia and I were sisters in every sense of the word, except blood. Ever since I met her 20 years back at a charity event, she'd been there through everything. My marriage, Jake's birth, my divorce. When Mike left, it was Claudia who stood by my side, mopping my tears and helping me piece together my shattered life.
Oh, yeah.
Jake loved her too. So, when I had my hip surgery, I didn't think twice about letting her practically move in to help. I trusted her with everything. She cooked, cleaned, and took care of Jake. She was my rock, always smiling that...
This is a horror story. So at some point, she about to switch. She about to take off her face, she about to take off her mask and be like, y'all thought shit was sweet this whole time. I was just waiting for the right opportunity, motherfuckers.
Warm, understanding smile, but then the cracks began to show.
I'm saying.
Tiny things, almost invisible at first. The sickness had started shortly after Jake's 17th birthday. A simple cold at first, nothing to be concerned about. Then it grew and kept growing until the fatigue became unbearable, creeping into my bones. No matter how much I rested, it only deteriorated. I was in and out of the doctor's office, subjecting myself to tests that gave no answers. No matter what I tried, no matter how many pills they shoved down my throat,
Damn.
my body was failing me.
You know what you need? Oh, I wish I had it. I wish I had it. You need some oil of oregano. That's like 20 things in one bottle. But it's expensive as fuck. But it works like crazy. Either that or some Orville Redenbacher popcorn. YouTube sent me this email talking about YouTube affiliate. Like I can tag products, and if you guys buy it, then I get a percent. I get a percentage of the profits of the total. I don't know how it works. But yeah, I think I said it right. If y'all buy something, like y'all might see something, y'all gonna see like a little tag of a product, and so if y'all buy it or buy something, then I get a percentage of the total cost. I think that's how it works. It's like, is it like being sponsored? No, it's not. I don't think so. I don't know how it works. All I know is that if y'all buy something and if I tag a product and y'all buy something that's related to that product, I get a little percentage of the total profit. Okay.
It wasn't until later I got to know that it wasn't just my body failing. Claudia began acting strange. She was quieter around Jake, visibly more nervous. At first, I ignored it. What was there to doubt? She was a mother figure for Jake, right? And the stress of caring for me and Jake couldn't have been easy. I asked her about it once. We were sitting in my dimly lit living room, the cold shadows pressing against the walls like silent spectators. Claudia giggled nervously.
Jake ain't our tiny boy anymore, Lila. He is growing up and learning things that he wants to experience.
Oh, damn. Oh, she won him. Oh, God. Oh, see, I knew she was waiting. That boy turned 18. He not a young boy no more. He a grown man. He a man. And she trying to do some things. Damn, she been waiting this whole time. That's crazy.
Claudia avoided my eyes, but I had seen it. The wave of disgust had almost knocked me over. I needed to have a chat with Jake. That afternoon, Claudia was out shopping when I brought it up with Jake. We were alone, and the house was heavy with the kind of silence that bruises deep into your skin.
Jake?
I started, my voice shaky.
What is Claudia to you?
He looked at me, confused at first, then his nostrils flared. My son was furious at the accusation. He suggested I'd interrogate her friend instead. She had been suggesting me things, Mom. The way he said it, his voice strained, almost...
She a hoe! Damn! How long has he been waiting? You barely turned 18. Are you 18? Are you? She a hoe. I'm hungry. My stomach didn't like that.
Panicked, sent a shiver down my spine. I kept quiet because I didn't want to stress you out. I dismissed his claims of innocence, a growing teen fueled by hormones, seeing things that weren't there. Claudia had always treated him like her own son. It had to be him. You don't understand, Mom. He snapped, his face flushed with frustration. I'll prove it to you. I should have listened, but instead I brushed him off. That night, my malaise worsened. My skin felt cold and clammy. My breath came in shallow gasps. I was trapped in my body, helpless as it collapsed under the weight of an illness I could not understand. I laboriously dragged my sweaty body towards Claudia's room, hoping to get help. Little did I know, I was in for the biggest shock of my life. I overheard Claudia. She was on the phone to someone. Her voice was a low, eerie whisper.
I'm going to take him away forever.
She said. Him? Her words clawed at my mind, sending a wave of nausea through me. Who was she talking to? What did she mean?
I'm saying I would have bust open that door talking about, who you about to take? Not my boy. What's up? What's up? Adidas gods. Give me some bow. Ugh. Ugh. What would y'all do in that situation? If you was her, would you try to bust open that door, or wait until she came out, or like to wait until like the next time you saw her to say something, or confront her, or is it on site, or would you just take your boy and just leave without a trace?
Before I could confront her, Jake stormed in and dragged me out to the hospital, pale and frantic. In his hands, he held vials, small glass containers, and petri dishes he'd found hidden in Claudia's room earlier. He showed me the labels, words I didn't understand, but they reeked of a lethal scheme. My mind spun. I didn't want to believe it. Not Claudia, not her. But deep down, I knew. I immediately rang Dr. Maya, an old colleague from my nursing days, begging her to help me. She ran the tests, and when the results came back, they shattered what little remained of my world. The infections weren't natural. They were induced. Someone had been slowly poisoning me, introducing resistant bacteria into my system. That someone was Claudia. The realization hit me like a freight train. The woman I trusted with my life, my son's life, had been killing me, slowly.
This is what I don't understand. If you wanted my son, you could have just said that. We could have had a conversation. I promise you that conversation wasn't going to go down like you thought. Right? But at least we talked about it. You know? If you wanted my son and started a whole new life at 17 years old, you know, it's all about communication. Now, would you say what I do after what you just told me, whether I'll pop your ass in the mouth, or I'll give you these works, or I'll give you these hands, come catch his fade, you got to face the repercussions. Because you talking about you about to dig down. You about to give my son that wet ass, yeah. That good, yeah. Which I heard is not that good, to be honest with you. I heard your ussy trash. But if you talking about you want to give my son that trash ass ussy, you gotta face the repercussions. I'm beating the dog shit out of you. Okay. Hey, I don't care how long we've known each other. I don't care how close we are. And I don't care how old my child or children are. On me, I don't care. You do something to my kids, it's over. It's rats. I gotta put my hands on you.
Methodically for months, all to take Jake away. I couldn't breathe. Dr. Maya called the authorities. Detective O'Hara, an investigator, took over, and soon the FBI got involved. They set a trap. Claudia had been expecting another shipment of the bacteria. This time, they intercepted.
Damn! Hey, yo! They was ready! They was ready. Open up the door opens. Move. I dare you. Say something. Shut up. Come on. Come on. Oh my God.
The night they arrested her, I watched from the window as they pulled her away in handcuffs. She fought, screamed, and denied everything. But under the weight of the evidence, she had to crack. Claudia confessed how she believed I wasn't fit to raise Jake and didn't deserve Mike. She thought I was a failure, and everyone involved in my life deserved better.
Removing her was necessary.
She screamed. I shuddered when the police car's red and blue lights faded into the night. Claudia was gone, but her shadow lingered, a stain I'd never be able to wash away. Claudia was everything Jake and I talked about for days to come. We had survived, but the world felt colder now, darker. There was no more.
What about these other two over here? She looks pale as fuck. She looked pale as hell. She looks like a ghost. And I don't know about this one. I don't know. She seemed quiet as hell.
Illusions left. Just the terrifying truth that the truth might be what the eyes couldn't see. And everything that we see isn't always the truth.
That was confusing. What are you talking about? That made no sense. I'm so confused.
Moving into a new apartment in the city was supposed to be a fresh start.
Right.
After months of searching, I finally found a place that fit my budget and came with a roommate named Rachel. She was quiet and had her quirks.
Why are you looking at my biddies? Why are you looking? You saw her look. Look at her eyes. I'm gonna go back. Watch her eyes. On the left. Watch. I'm gonna go back. Watch. Where are y'all finding these roommates at? Is it Craigslist? Like, how, man?
And had her quirks. The first night after unpacking, I took a long shower to wash away the stress. The bathroom was small but clean.
Go back. Come on with it. Come on with the bullshit. I know you're lying. Who the clock? Takes a bath, like, okay, are you gonna take a bath or a shower? Make up your mind! Make it make sense. If I walked in on my wife and she was doing some dumb shit like this, it's raps. No, she not here. She not here. She not here right now. She not in the house. I wouldn't say that if she wasn't in the house. Because like you're laying in the bathtub, but you got that shower on you. But then there's nothing behind you to catch the water that's bouncing off. So it's just like, I know it's water. I know for a fact there's water around the tub on the floor. Unless the floor is like, it goes into a drain. But even then, that's, oh no. But this is confusing. Are you taking a bath or a shower?
The bathroom was small but clean, with a clawfoot tub and a shower curtain adorned with abstract patterns. I closed the curtain fully before stepping in, enjoying the hot water cascading over me. When I finished, I noticed the curtain was slightly ajar. Shrugging it off, I dried myself and headed to bed. In the morning, as I made my way to the kitchen, I noticed...
Ain't nothing to shrug off. If you know 100% wholeheartedly Adidas, like, on everything. You know how people say, oh God, on Adidas. You know you close them curtains. And you get out and the curtains are a little bit open. I gotta put my hands on you. Come catch his fade. You know? Get this work real quick.
Wet footprints leading from the bathroom to Rachel's room. They were small, like mine, but I hadn't been in the bathroom since the night before.
Hey, Rachel. Did you take a shower last night?
She looked up from her cereal, a hint of confusion on...
Hey, Rachel talking about, I didn't take a shower, but I got away. I'm stupid.
Face.
No. I went to bed early. Why?
Why does she keep sizing you up like that? It's making me uncomfortable.
Hesitated.
No reason. Must have been my imagination.
Over the next few days, the unsettling incidents continued. My toothbrush disappeared from its holder, only to reappear in my room, damp and with a strange metallic taste when I used it.
Yes.
One evening, I returned home to find the shower running. Steam billowed from under the bathroom door. Knocking softly, I called out.
Rachel? You in there?
No response. I opened the door cautiously. The room was empty, the mirror fogged over. Written in the condensation was my name, scrawled repeatedly. My heart pounded.
Rachel, this isn't funny.
She appeared behind me, startling me.
What's wrong?
I pointed to the mirror.
Did you do this?
She glanced at the mirror, her face unreadable.
I don't see anything.
I blinked, and when I looked back, the writing was gone.
Ain't no way.
Sleep became difficult. Every creak in the apartment set my nerves on edge. One night, a soft whispering pulled me from sleep. I strained to listen. Throwing off the covers, I crept toward the sound. It led me to the bathroom. The door was slightly open, a sliver of light cutting through the darkness. Peering inside, I saw Rachel standing in front of the mirror, her hands tracing circles on its surface.
Rachel?
She didn't turn.
She doesn't see. She doesn't know.
A chill ran down my spine.
Know what?
Her head snapped toward me, eyes wide and lips curled into a grin that didn't reach her eyes.
You're up late.
I backed away.
Couldn't sleep.
She stepped closer.
You should rest. Big day tomorrow.
I fled to my room, locking the door behind me. Determined to uncover what was happening, I decided
Why not flee to the front door and leave?
search Rachel's room while she was out. Her room was sparse, a neatly made bed, a dresser, and an odd number of mirrors lining the walls. But as I opened her closet, my missing items tumbled out. Clothes, towels, even my hairbrush, all arranged meticulously. At the back of the closet, I found a notebook filled with pages upon pages of handwriting. It was my name, written over and over, interspersed with bizarre sketches of faces, some mine, others distorted versions. A floorboard creaked behind me.
Looking for something?
I spun around, the notebook clutched to my chest.
Why do you have my things?
She tilted her head, eyes glinting.
Borrowed them? You have such good taste.
I tried to steady my voice.
This isn't normal. You're invading my privacy.
She took a step forward.
Privacy? We're roommates. We share everything.
I edged toward the door.
I think I need to find a new place.
Her smile faded.
You can't leave.
Oh, God.
Not when we're so close.
I didn't wait to hear more. Pushing past her, I ran to my room to grab my phone. As I dialed 911, the line went dead. No signal. Rachel's voice echoed from the hallway.
You won't get away that easily.
Desperate, I tried the front door, but it was bolted shut, the lock jammed. Panic surged. Rushing back to the bathroom, I thought of escaping through the window. As I entered, something caught my eye, a small red light blinking in the mirror. Leaning in, I realized it wasn't a mirror at all, but a two-way window with a camera embedded behind it. A video feed played on Rachel's tablet, propped discreetly on the counter. It was me, in various states of undress, showering, brushing my teeth, even sleeping. Horror washed over me.
What have you done?
Rachel stood in the doorway,
Hey, yo!
blocking my exit.
I've been documenting us. Our lives together.
I glared at her. Her features seemed to blur for a moment, shifting subtly to resemble mine.
What are you talking about?
She stepped closer, her voice eerily calm.
I've always admired you, Lisa. Your life, your friends, your smile. I want it all.
I realized then that her clothes were mine, fitting her perfectly. Her hair, once brown, now had streaks matching my own blonde highlights.
At what point would y'all have left? At what point would y'all have left in this story?
You're insane!
She lunged
Hey, yo!
and we grappled, knocking over the table. The screen shattered, and a distorted video played, showing her practicing my mannerisms, mimicking my voice. With a surge of adrenaline, I pushed her away and raced toward the kitchen. Grabbing a knife, I faced her.
Stay back!
She laughed, a sound devoid of any warmth.
You can't hurt me. We're the same now.
Sirens wailed in the distance. As I would learn later, a neighbor had heard the commotion and called the police. Rachel's expression twisted into rage.
You ruined everything!
She charged at me, but before she could reach me, the door burst open. An officer stormed in.
Right.
Drop the weapon! I realized they were shouting at me. I dropped the knife, hands raised.
Help me! She's trying to steal my identity.
They glanced at Rachel, who now stood cowering, tears streaming down her face.
Hey, I was just thinking about this. What if like this was like Dora the Explorer type stuff? In a sense that one of the officers would have looked in the camera on some fourth wall type shit and said, Gator, what do you think? Who do you think is the imposter?
I don't know what's happening.
Shut the hell up.
She just attacked me.
Confusion flooded me.
No, she's lying. She's been spying on me.
An officer gently restrained me.
No! Ask her what happened in Geneva. And then call my mom to confirm.
Her smile faded. She made up a story about how a burglar had stolen her purse. But then the cops dialed my mother, who confirmed with the fact that I had never been to Geneva. She was arrested. I had to present my passport as the truth that I had never indeed been there. I don't know why she did that, but I convinced myself that she must have been a psycho to try to become someone else.
No shit. Look, if y'all want to get roommates, then get roommates. I would just advise to not let the roommate be a stranger. That's it. You know. But then it's like, even with that, even if you do know the person that you're roommating with, you just don't know. You don't know. But I feel like, I don't know what's worse. Having somebody that you know and love as your roommate, but then they turn on you in some cluck shit. Or getting somebody off of Craigslist. It's a scary world out here. It's a scary world. When I roommated, when me and Cooley was roommates, everything was fine, you know? Everything, I didn't fear for nothing. I wasn't scared, you know? I knew him. We both knew each other when we were diapers. Pause. Yeah, that's my brother. Will always be my brother, you know? But all I'm saying is, if you're going to roommate, go in with a grain of salt and some Adidas. That's all I'm saying. Keep it cool, keep it classy. And I love you, stay happy. My family. Oh! I might post it in the comments. Yeah. I'm gonna just say it again. Keep it cool, keep it classy, and I love you. Stay happy. My